Hello, I'm Rebecca and I'm from KL, Malaysia.
To start off with, I want to share one of my favorite recipes.
I'm going to do a roast chicken, and it's totally different from any other roast chicken, It's a salt-based roast chicken because, sometimes roasting chicken is such a huge task. There's so many spices to prepare. You've got to baste the chicken. You've got to do so many things to it. This is so simple. The secret to perfectly moist roast chicken is high oven heat, and only one ingredient is key: salt. You can add a few spices here and there for flavor, but basically all you need is salt. Okay, so I'm going to turn the oven to 230 degrees. That's about 475 Fahrenheit. It's a secret to a moist bird, really, the high roasting temperature. And it's going to be in bake mode, and I'm going to put the the tray about here. Not too low enough because the chicken is huge, so you want it to fit in the center of the oven, so that means a little lower rack than if you were just roasting drumsticks. So I'm gonna get the oven heated up because it takes some time. Watch me prepare the chicken for roasting and you will be shocked at how easy it is. I'm using my cast iron pan to roast because I just like it and I like using it a lot. You can use any roasting pan you want. I'm just going to grease it a little bit. Now I'm going to put about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons salt. That's basically all you need, but I want to do a little bit more, so I'm going to put a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of Hungarian paprika, some basil, and I really like to use this lemon zest. You can stir that all up. Remember, all these herbs are totally optional. Okay, so first thing you can do with the chicken is just tuck the wings under, and we're going to roast it right side up. Flip it over first. This is the back, and I'm going to put half the salt over it. Drop it in. Okay, and the rest of the herbs are going to go over and inside. So I'm going to take a large, generous sprinkle of salt and just rub it all over the cavity inside. If you feel like there isn't enough, you can just, sprinkle in a bit more salt. And just rub it over because you want plenty of salt. Once you have a well-salted bird and the spices are all over, you're basically done. Once the oven is hot enough, you can pop your roast chicken straight in. Now the oven is well heated. I'm going to put on my oven gloves and grab pull them open. Shove in the chicken. The chicken could be a little higher up, but I'm going to leave it there for now. And set it to an hour and keep a close eye on it.
Whole legs of chicken are just as easy to roast. They are incredibly moist and look amazing.
Right now, I'm going to prepare the pan that I'm going to roast the chicken in. My preferred method of roasting whole chicken leg is to use this pyramid silicone mat. It works really well and keeps the bottom of the chicken from getting soaked in juices, allowing it to crisp nicely. I'm going to spray with cooking oil. Now I've got my 5 legs of chicken and they are already dry.
It's really simple. I just marinate the chicken pieces in whole grain mustard and soy sauce and then coat it with a spice mixture before roasting.
Make sure you get the mustard and soy sauce into all the crevices on the chicken. You can let this set and marinate for a couple of hours and then come back and put the spice rub on. These are the spices for the dry seasoning that's going to go over the coated chicken. And here is oregano, rosemary, parsley, tarragon, and over here basil. Here we have garlic powder, black pepper, white pepper, cayenne pepper, paprika, and lemon zest. Now I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons of salt. I'm using Himalayan pink salt, and that's quite a lot of salt. And what I'm going to do right now is just mix everything together, especially crushing up all the lumps of garlic powder. Now it's really simple. With one hand I take the chicken and I'm going to season the underside first. So sprinkle the spice rub over and rub it in. And then I'm going to turn the chicken over and sprinkle more of the spice rub. I'm setting the oven to fan bake and 200 degrees Celsius for about 16 minutes. I'm going to pop the chicken in the oven immediately and let the chicken heat together with the oven. It's been about 15 minutes and the chicken is done. It is dark golden brown. You can shake off whatever's left of the extra seasoning. That may not be necessary. The chicken has a lovely surface. Cover the chicken with a kitchen towel and put a pan that fits on top. And you can put this aside and keep it warm until dinner. The chicken has a lot of flavor. It's very, very moist. It's not dry at all. In fact, it's really tender and juicy. And the skin is amazing.
I've been baking since I was like 14 years old, and I've made, I had my own blog and YouTube channel, and also my own baking business where I used to sell cakes and cookies, especially during the festive seasons. But now I'm more into cooking, like home cooked food. Take a look at the glorious insides of this cake. I've been making videos for YouTube since I was about 15 years old. Mostly about cooking, but also some beauty, art, hairstyle videos that have gone quite popular, I think, especially to do with Asian herbal hair treatments. And I've had to be the one to film, tape it, edit it, upload it, title it, everything I've had to do myself, but it's like my dream to have my own cooking show. I like to do things like from scratch. I mince my own meat. I've always wanted to make my own sausages because I think that'd be so fun. But I make my own meatballs, and I like to roast chicken, turkey. I like to cook with meat a lot. Today in Becca's Bakery, I'm going to make a lot of salad dressing. It's a really simple dressing, and I make it all the time, but now I'm going to make 2 huge jars of it, some to give away, and some to keep in the fridge for later, because it'll last like 2 weeks or more, and I only need to make it once in a while. So I'm going to start off with peeling 4 bulbs of garlic, 3 to 4 bulbs for about 2 jars. You don't have to measure. You just go by feel and taste. If you want a bit more oil, put a bit more oil. It's completely up to you. It's really very hard to go wrong, and I almost never measure. The first stage involved in preparing garlic is just separating the cloves and getting rid of any large bits of the peel. So I've got this all peeled. I'm going to move it over here and go through the whole process of cutting the top of the clove. Once I'm done cutting the tops off, I'm going to move it over here. Silicone tube garlic goes inside, and it's peeled in this jar. Now at this stage, if you don't have to go through the hassle of peeling each and every garlic and you want a little bit of a mild flavor, what you can do is roast. So I'm roughly taking about half of this, I'm putting it here and popping it in the toaster. Alright, now I'm going to press the garlic. Now I'm going to mix in salt, pepper, and herb. The seasoning is really simple. I started off with some salt, about 4 tablespoons. I put in some black pepper and white pepper, about a teaspoon of each, and about a teaspoon each of oregano, rosemary, and thyme, or any other Italian herb would work just as well. I put in quite a lot of sugar, like 6 tablespoons at first. Then I put in about a cup of vinegar. Anything sour or acidic works, like lemon juice, vinegar, white wine vinegar, apple cider vinegar, rice vinegar. When I tasted it, it was a little bit on the sour side, and it shouldn't taste sour at all. It should taste sweet sour. So that meant that I had to put in quite a bit more sugar and salt. I'm just peeling the rest of the garlic, which has been roasted. It's so easy to peel. Squeeze all of that in here. So I ended up with 2 cups of vinegar, which I divided, and then I just poured olive oil until about 1 inch from the top. It should be about 1/3 vinegar and the rest olive oil.